Welcome to a video segment of the Albuquerque Police Department's 2011 Annual Report.
Okay. Good afternoon, I'm Commander Roseman with Albuquerque Police Department's Property Crime Division. Today we're here to speak on the annual report for the division and what has occurred in 2011. During the calendar year 2011, the Property Crimes Division brought in a new section. It's called the Economics Crime section. Also within this section, we also brought up the Organized Crime Unit detail inside of the Economic Crime section. During 2011, I became the commander of the Property Crime section, and during this time frame, we have tried to embrace technology to help prevent property crimes. As we go through this annual report, you'll see that there are two sections underneath the property crimes. We have the Property Crime section, which entails crimes against property such as auto theft, burglary, night detectives, and then we have the Economics Crime section, which is your white collar, your organized crime unit, and pawn shop detail. Each lieutenant will speak about their division, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the future stuff we would look to do this year.
Good afternoon, I'm Lieutenant Sean O'Connell. I supervise the Economic Crime section, which falls under the Property Crimes Division. Today I'll be talking about my three units that fall under Economic Crimes. First one is Organized Crime Unit. The Organized Crime Unit is new to the Albuquerque Police Department and is setting the trend for the nation. We're one of the first departments in the nation with this concept. Basically the way the Organized Crime Unit works is with our community partners, and there's 5 of them. We have the hotel, motel, construction, banking, lenders, and retail. They post criminal activity on our Connect website. This unit is directly responsible for following up on that criminal activity. We started this group last September, and in the first 4 months of operation, the unit made 67 arrests of property crime offenders and recovered over $100,000, which was returned to local businesses here in the Albuquerque area. This unit has been very successful, and like I said, is serving as a national model. Also in economic crimes is our white collar unit. The white collar unit works very closely with the FBI and the United States Secret Service to keep current on crime trends, to work large cases, and to keep our training top in the nation. This last year in 2011 and continuing to 2012, we are very proactive in getting out to the senior centers to provide training on white collar crimes. As you know, senior citizens are often targeted with white collar crimes, and we are trying to prevent those here in the city of Albuquerque. We're also beginning to do training with neighborhood groups within the city of Albuquerque also, and that will continue into 2012. The white collar unit is working with UNM's accounting department. With our intern program, we get master's level students to come in and help us with our forensics accounting on our large white collar crime cases, and this has been very successful and been a great partnership with the University of New Mexico. Also in 2012, the white collar crime unit will be helping host the NW3C conference here in the city of Albuquerque. This is going to be a southwestern regional training dealing with white collar criminal activity, and Albuquerque Police Department's white collar will be hosting that here in the city. Also in economic crimes is my pawn shop and metal recycling unit. They've been very proactive in 2011, as you know, working with the city councils on local ordinances and working with our state legislators on a new legislation relating to pawn shops and metal recycling. Here locally, we've gone online with the Leads Online program, which basically everything that's pawned in a pawn shop in the city of Albuquerque has to be entered into a database, which is nationally available. This has allowed us to recover property for the citizens of Albuquerque nationwide. We've recovered stuff already from as far away as Chicago that was stolen out of here in local jurisdiction. We've also been able to recover property from around the country that has been pawned here locally. To give an example, a few weeks ago we had a gun pawned here in the city of Albuquerque, and within 1 day we were able to recover that because of Leads Online. Here in 2012, we're going to be working with you, the city councilors, to also bring the gold and silver exchanges online, people that are purchasing metals within the city. Sometimes obviously we get stuff stolen from burglaries, and this Leads Online, if we can bring them in compliance, will help us recover more property here locally from burglaries and other property crime offenses. The pawn shop also works with metal recyclers. We are responsible for going out and making sure all of the metal recyclers are properly licensed and that they are in compliance, and so we go out and do that routinely also. One thing we started in 2011 and we're continuing to 2012 is bringing the flea markets into compliance also. This has been an area we had not been enforcing regularly. We started off with an education program, went out to the flea markets, distributed literature, let them know what they could and could not sell, and then we've been going out since then and conducting enforcement. This has been very successful. Approximately 3 weeks ago, we had one of our bait items, a generator, stolen out of the back of a pickup truck. The individual showed up at one of our local flea markets, tried to sell the stolen item while detectives were responding to the bait item. No one at the flea market would purchase the generator because we had just been there doing enforcement action, so it's been very successful. As that individual left the flea market, the other side of the house, Property Crimes was able to take that individual into custody and make an arrest. So it's been very successful, and that will be another thing that we continue into 2012. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Scott Lopez. I'm with the Property Crimes Division. I supervise the Property Crimes section, which has the Auto Theft Unit, the Burglary Unit, and night detectives. The Auto Theft Unit has 10 bait cars, which are deployed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also have 5 bait motorcycles, or ATVs, and 1 bait trailer. We're requesting funds to fund an additional 5 bait systems to help with donated cars that we have received from the National Insurance Crime Bureau. During 2011, we made 42 arrests utilizing bait cars. So far this year in 2012, we have made 6. During 2010 and 2011, we saw a reduction in auto theft. Most of that's contributed to the use of bait cars. The burglary unit focuses on tracking repeat offenders. We believe in the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the crime is committed by 20% of the population. With that in mind, the detectives utilize covert surveillance and electronic tracking to help keep track of the offenders when they are out of jail. The division is also working with the judicial system to utilize ankle bracelets similar to what probation and parole uses for pretrial settings. The night detectives recently purchased 14 beacons which were placed in bait items. Those are also electronically tracked and placed inside bait cars. This is to help deter auto burglaries. During the first 3 months since the inception of this program, we have seen 14 arrests. We also look forward to purchasing an additional 6 beacons in the future. Thank you.
As you can see, the Property Crime Division is looking to embrace technology to prevent property crimes. As the 2 lieutenants have went through, you've seen how we've brought in leads online. We're using bait technology, we're using GPS tracking technology. What we're trying to do is use force multipliers. With each bait item we place out, that prevents an officer from having to do hands-on surveillance while trying to deter crime. As we go into 2012, we will continue to move forward with technology, looking at the smart policing program, which will be tracking our GPS technologies. We'll also be looking to expand some of our programs, such as the auto theft program, our auto bait program for auto burglaries, and looking to expand the organized crime unit, as they have shown great success in the first 6 months of their conception. Again, I am Commander William Roseman from the Property Crimes Division. Thank you.